Hello. Firstly, I would like to thank you for taking the time to be here and conduct this interview with me. My name is Stanisław Ciechan. I am 16 years old and I live in Wrocław. I am a third-year student at the third high school under the name of Adama Mickiewicza. The classes that I take on an expanded level are maths, IT, and geography. I think of the three as a great package that helps me develop my understanding of the world through different outlooks. For instance, IT, for me, isn't just a branch of science, but also a complex and holistic way of approaching problems and obstacles that I find along my path. When it comes to engagement with my school's community, my biggest contribution has to be being a member of the Students' Council Presidium. It is an amazing feeling being able to help and represent my fellow school colleagues in the highest place. My biggest responsibility coming from it is a program called Kulturika. With it, we aim to promote cultural events that are happening in our city, as well as to encourage the students to initiate group participation themselves. I think the program is extremely important in our school. When most classes are based on sciences, it is crucial to remember and nurture the culture and more romantic aspect of a person's mind. I am really keen on learning about economics and entrepreneurship. That's why I gravitate towards opportunities connected to it. Throughout January and February, I was greatly engaged in a nationwide project called Złote Szkoły NBP, whose purpose was to promote knowledge about the financial system and economy among students. With the help of three other members, I was in charge of preparing and carrying through a debate of a chosen topic, for which we went with the CBDC and its potential implementation into the Polish financial system. The whole debate aspect was a whole new thing for me, which I really enjoyed. An achievement from this academic year that I am certainly most proud of has to be gaining the title of a finalist in the Polish Entrepreneurship Olympiad. I was able to reach the goal through hard work and determination. Seeing a positive result gave me a lot of satisfaction. Correspondingly, along with a friend, I coordinated the studying of other participants, which resulted in a total of 5 titles from our school. This year, I also made it to the second stage of the Economical Knowledge Olympiad, in which I want to be a finalist next year. I firmly believe that if anything can be achieved with hard work and determination, if you put your heart and soul into it. Since I was 9 years old, I've been a member of a scouting team in ZHR. The whole journey since the beginning has taught me a great deal of skills, such as determination, systematicness, working with people, and leading small groups, which really helped me grow and develop my natural leadership for the future. I greatly value the time I had spent there, but most importantly, I really love what the people that have stayed in my life have brought to it. The time that I am left with, I spend on my hobbies, biggest of them being fashion, which I've been passionate about for a few years now. In my opinion, it is often mislabeled as unimportant or vain. It being the third largest industry in the world, that's hardly the truth. Whenever I think about fashion and consumption, I always think about its sustainability aspect. The gigantic problem that comes from production garbage and disposal problems is abysmal. That's why whenever I talk about it with my friends, I like to point to the problem and maybe even try to convince them to change their habits. I of course know that it's impossible to completely stop production and consumption. That's why I like to keep an eye on industry shifting technologies, such as new materials. Recently, I found out about some interesting fungi-based leather substitutes, as well as fruit peel ones, which is very fascinating. But even more interestingly, I found out about this material that imitates spider web, which is made by brewing protein. That is a process similar to that of making beer or kombucha. It is used by companies like the North Face. I find it also very important to keep my body in shape. I try to stretch daily, work out 2 to 3 times per week. And I really like alpine snowboarding. I also really love to spend my weekends going on hikes to the mountains like Karkonosze or Góry Sobie. I think it is important not to forget one's body while keeping the mind in shape. Having the opportunity to participate in this scholarship would be a great and unique chance for me to gain one-of-a-kind experiences. From visiting the world's top colleges, such as Berkeley or Stanford, to being able to talk with employees and managers at companies such as Microsoft, Meta, and even Apple, would be a tremendous inspiration and a catalyzer for my further growth. Additionally, traveling and exploring with like-minded people will be a great way to form new friendships and contacts for the future. I also think I'm a person with quite a unique set of interests, enrich the whole experience for the whole group. I would love to share my experience that I gained there after I come back to Poland. Thank you for listening to me. I would now gladly answer your questions. I can't hear you again. Wait, I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry. I was muted, so
now it's good.
Not to disturb you. So we are back again. So Joanna, let's start from your questions, please.
Yes. Okay, Staszek, you've mentioned my favorite word. You've mentioned. Can you hear me well?
I really need to like. Okay, I think I maxed it out. Okay, it should be good.
Can you hear me well now?
Yes, it's great.
Okay, perfect. You've mentioned one of my favorite words, which is sustainability. And this is the topic that I'm dealing with on a daily basis. And I wanted to ask you, because I meet a lot of clients and participants of the market who are thinking sustainability is a scam business. I would like to know, what is your personal view on sustainability, but also, do you think that you still can make money in business by implementing sustainability in a business strategy? Because many people think sustainability is just a cost. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think that it's very important to remember the 3E rule, which says efficient, economical, and I think ethical or environmental. I'm not very sure now, but I really think that this is the key to implementing into the business strategy. I believe that in the world when this is so fast-paced, when the materials that we're using, we are running out of them so fast, it is important to keep in mind that there's someday going to run out. And it's very important when you think about the future to invest into it for sustainable behaviors and materials. That's why I think it's pretty much the key if a company or even a single person business venture would like to be sustainable with their money side in the future. It is key to now invest in the more natural way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you name at least one company who built their wealth on implementing sustainability in their business? Very
yes, for
one.
sure. I remember reading about this. The Body Shop, I believe, was one of these. Which turned into a scam later.
Think about cars.
Excuse me?
Think about cars. What I meant is Tesla.
Tesla, okay.
Sustainability and lack of pollution, decarbonization within their business. Of course, there are a lot of other aspects, but Tesla built their business on sustainability.
Yes,
thank you very much for your response.
Thank you.
Okay, so maybe I will ask you a question. You mentioned that IT science was some time ago for you only technical area, but you changed your mind, and it also influenced your perception of the world of reality. It what sense this kind of change was? I mean, how could you explain this? Yes, that IT is not only the IT science, but this is also a way of reality perception.
Yeah. So
what did you mean in your motivation letter?
Okay. Yeah. So at first, when I went into high school for the profile of mathematics and IT, I was really only thinking about IT as a just way of programming, technology, everything that surrounds us. But I haven't really thought how the learning of it, how it influences the way a person thinks. So while I was studying new algorithms, it really struck me how then after leaving the classroom even, it really changed my way of, let's say, sorting for things that I want to decide upon. Even having a meal, right? I would go to a restaurant, look at the menu, and it would really help me filter out the things that I didn't want, and also expand it into my different life, saying decisions on when to go this day, or all of these other things. And also, it is for me important because it approaches topics on a level that it has to be in a way repeatable. And I know that it's impossible to approach everything with this repeatable mindset, but it is, for me, it's important to me to have like this. Sometimes it's key to have like a key to approach things to the start, because then when you solve some things at the beginning, then you will have the field to operate through them with the more liberal arts. I think interdisciplinary is very important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Mariusz, please.
Okay, thank you. So I'll be close to maybe to this subject, but I will ask a very popular question about the artificial intelligence. But if you could give your opinion, what are the precise threats and opportunities, not for business, but for society, for human relations, yes? How it can improve and how it can be negative?
Okay, that's a very wide question. But I would first say with the threats, especially in the age of social media, I think it would be a very threatening to people if they were, let's say, texting other accounts without them knowing that they're actually artificial, fully artificial. I mean that their whole pictures and made up memories that they're shown are completely made up. I would think that it is dangerous for how people would think about other real people in the future, because then they would treat them differently, because they like this boundary that we trust others, that what they are saying is truth, would be very blurred. And also I would think that in the algorithmical side of AI, it is threatening to see how they would be able to be used to process big data, especially in the context of personal ads. So I think it would be dangerous towards, because even now we have algorithms such as TikTok or Instagram. It is very, for me, scary how fast they can catch up with what the user is expecting, and I think that it poses a threat. But also, on the contrary, on the good side, I would say that it is important to look at it as a what happened? Hello?
It's okay.
Yeah. I think it's important to look at it as because people then, with the development of AI, more and more regular tasks would be eliminated. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I think that people will be able to become more educated, because they won't have to spend so much time on the basic and trivial tasks that they could just pop into the computer and have them perform for them. And I think with the right laws that would regulate the functioning of AI within the public sphere and even the private sphere of businesses, there are more opportunities than threats.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. So let's come to the last point of our meeting, and let us give you some feedback about your presentation, about yourself. So Mariusz, can you start, please?
Okay, thank you. So I would say that you were very well prepared to this presentation. Your body language was trained and prepared, but it suits this what you wanted to tell and to show us. So congratulations for that. My remark only, very remark that because this presentation should be focused on you, and you have in a background some nice painting and other things which can disturb our focus. So this is the only one remark. Congratulations and good luck.
Joanna, please.
Staszek, it's really music to my ears that you are thinking through sustainability, and I hope you keep promoting it among your friends. It's very impressive how well you prepared to this interview, and also I can see you did a lot of research before you applied for the scholarship. Congratulations, really, really well done.
Yes, from my side, I think when you split this part, one part your presentation and your answers for the questions, I think that answer for the questions was better, because you looked more natural. Yes, not focused on what you wrote and how you prepared, but that was just your mind was very much involved in it. So that was my perception, of course, subjective one. Very small thing. When your body language is absolutely fine, but when you're in front of camera, your hands are, let's say, the closest to the camera, and you are kind of, very much exposed, as I do it here. Yes. So, but this is very, very, very small, let's say, remark. Very well prepared, good presentation, and I enjoyed it very much. So thank you, Staszek.